After the onslaught of Superstorm Sandy in October of 2012, Long Branch officials rapidly began planning for the reconstruction of the boardwalk. After extensive design specifications to gain the mandated approvals from FEMA and the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, ground was broken on June 4, 2015 to start the project. After removing the wreckage of the destroyed boardwalk and the associated debris, a clear work area was designated to begin the restoration. Starting from the plain earthen berm that the boardwalk is built on, work on the project started at the west end section of town and proceeded north to Pier Village, the northernmost reach of the project. Having already delivered and staged the heavy equipment needed, work began immediately. The work site began to receive all the materials needed, and the work site was then mobilized. Protective fencing was put into place for the safety of the public, and partial street closures ensured clear access for construction vehicles. The first priority was to regrade and stabilize the earthen berm, which provides the support to the boardwalk and service road. Once this was finished, the important job of re-establishing the bulkhead began. Huge steel sheet pilings were driven into the ground to back up the jetty rocks, which provide the first line of defense against storm surges during a weather event. Beginning at Brighton Avenue in West End, the new bulkhead of steel sheet pilings and jetty rocks began to take shape as work progressed north. Next, the huge wood pilings that would support the boardwalk itself were to be driven into the top of the earthen berm. The supporting beams that connect the wood pilings were then put in place. Materials for the boardwalk were being delivered and staged: Trex planking, light poles, railings, conduit for electric and water service, and the materials and fixtures that would be needed for the 3 pavilions that would become snack concessions, beach bed stations, and restrooms and changing stations. The project progressed north from Brighton Avenue past West End and Howland Avenues, and continued past North and South Bath Avenues, and finally to Morris and ending at Chelsea Avenue. Work continued on the wood pilings and cross structure that would support the boardwalk, and then it was time to start laying the boardwalk itself. As sections of the boardwalk planking were finished, the associated job of installing the railings and light posts began. Work started on the access stairway and ramps that would ensure that everyone would be able to get onto the beach, no matter their mobility concerns or challenges. Gentle slopes and wide turnarounds added to the functionality of the ramps. The 3 pavilions started to take shape. After finishing the outside, work began installing electric service, plumbing fixtures, and venting systems. The needed amenities that would be provided made sure that everyone would be comfortable. Landscaping was begun, and one could almost see the final vision taking shape. Overall, work progressed smoothly during the fall and winter of 2015. City officials were hoping to be mostly operational by the summer of 2016, and their hopes were realized. A ribbon-cutting ceremony to commemorate the opening of the new boardwalk will be held during the early spring of 2016, with almost everything finished by Memorial Day. The next and last installment in this 3-part series will include putting on the finishing touches for the project, the ribbon-cutting ceremony to mark the opening of the boardwalk, and the public's introduction and first use of this fantastic community gem.